Hi, this is Dr. Vaughn with Spirit of Health. We're going to talk about some of the principles in the body ecology program today, one in particular, and it's food combining. Food combining is very important in the program, and I want to go over the 3 basic food combining rules. In past episodes, you've seen what foods we can eat and why this program is great, and the list of foods you can and cannot have, and now understanding that, you want to understand how to combine those foods properly. So the first rule of food combining is to eat fruit alone. Now if you're doing this in the first 3 months, you're not eating hardly any fruit anyway. So if you want to take some cranberries and do some fresh cranberry juice or some lemon juice, lemon and water, lime, things like that. But remember, there's only those 4 fruits that are allowed in the first part of the program, and that's lemons, limes, cranberries, and black currants. I have not yet found a source of fresh black currants. So if anybody knows of one, please let me know. But that's the first rule. Fruits on an empty stomach. You want the fruit, it'll pass through your system very quickly. It'll be in and out of your stomach in 30 minutes. If you eat fruit with other foods, it'll actually sit there and rot, ferment, create gas, and feed candida and fungus. So you want to always eat fruits on an empty stomach. The best time to eat fruit is first thing in the morning when you get up. You never have a more empty stomach than as soon as you wake up in the morning. So that's a great time to eat your fresh fruit. The second rule is to eat your protein, which remember we talked about the animal proteins you can have. Eat your protein with the non-starchy and or ocean vegetables. So again, your starchy vegetables are things like potatoes and acorn and squash. So potatoes, acorn, and squash, those are your starchy vegetables. Don't eat those with your animal protein. And also eggs. I didn't mention eggs. Eggs are also very highly recommended in the program. But all of your other vegetables. So you want to eat lots and lots of vegetables with your protein. We're going to talk later about the 80-20 rule. It's 80% vegetables, 20% animal protein. But again, animal protein with non-starchy and or ocean vegetables. All your ocean veggies, kelp, wakame, dulse, bladderwrack, nori, all those are great with your animal protein as well. The third rule for food combining is to always eat grains and your starchy vegetables with non-starchy and or ocean vegetables. So in other words, eat your grains like your millet, quinoa, amaranth, and buckwheat. Eat them with your starchy vegetables and your non-starchy vegetables and your sea vegetables. In other words, no animal protein with those foods. Combine those together. So that's pretty it. It's pretty simple. She goes into more detail in the book, but those are the basics of the program. If you have any questions, of course, you can ask me. I love to help walk people through this program. But the other rule I want to talk about real quick is the principle of 80-20. And there's a couple 80-20 principles that she goes over in the book. One is you want to eat 80% of every meal with fresh vegetables. Okay? Those can be raw, those can be cooked, steamed, but fresh vegetables should be 80% of your meal. That leaves 20% of your meal to be a seed, like your millet, quinoa, amaranth, buckwheat, or to be an animal protein. So only 20% of your meal is an animal protein, a very, very small amount animal protein. The other really important 80-20 rule is to only eat till you're 80% full. One of the mistakes we make as Americans is we just love to eat and gorge ourselves, and we don't feel like we're satisfied unless we're full. And I'm speaking from personal experience. I mean, I've done this my whole life. Even when I got into health, I would eat healthy foods, but I would still gorge myself, which is not a pleasant feeling. And we need to overcome that. We need to shrink our stomachs back down to the size they're supposed to be. We need to push away from the table when we're 80% full. We need to eat slowly. Other cultures in Asia do this on a regular basis. They never fill themselves completely full or gorge themselves. That leaves room for your body to be able to digest its food properly and not to overburden the system. So those are 2 principles of the program, food combining and the 80-20 rules. Until next time.